YouTube! So in June I posted a video talking about background acting and what it is with being on set, with TV and film sets, and doing a lot of different kinds of work on different projects, and talking a little bit about some of the projects I've worked on, but not a lot of them because I don't want to talk about any details of things that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. But now I'm going to talk to you guys about one of them because it was just released because I am in the Joker movie. Obviously not a big part or anything because I was just doing extra work but as a background actor, but I can actually see myself in it, which is so cool. With background work, you never really know if you're actually going to be seen in the movie or if the scene is going to get cut. Because you're in the background, you don't really know what you're going to get to see of yourself in it. But with the Joker movie, I got to see myself in it. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what it was like for the 2 days I was on set, and yeah. If you're new here, hello, my name is Tori Cyclic. I make new videos every Sunday for Cyclic Sunday with other videos throughout the week. If you like what you see, like this video down below and subscribe while you're down there as well. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram in the description at tss6295. Now let's get into the video. First things first, I want to talk a little bit about the movie Joker. I'm not going to spoil anything as well because it's brand new and it's really good. It's not the type of movie that I would normally want to go see because it's a bit more on the violent side, but I really ended up enjoying it because I was excited to go see if I was going to be in it, but also the acting in it is just incredible. Joaquin Phoenix is so good. I haven't seen him in a movie in a very long time, and this is one of the best things I think I've seen acting-wise in a really long time because he's just so committed to the character, to getting into the Joker's mindset and showing that to the world of how crazy he can be, and it's just crazy. So definitely go and see Joker. So with my experience of doing background work on Joker, it was the first background acting job I ever got. So that was a pretty cool thing. Last year in October of 2018, I got contacted to work on the project of the Joker, which was called Romeo at that time, because with certain projects they have to have specific names for them, so things don't get released or whatever the details are behind that. It was called Romeo when I was working on it, and I didn't really know much about it except for what I saw in the casting call, that it said looking for background actors to be TV audience members for a new movie starring Joaquin Phoenix. So I tried to look it up a little bit and I saw that things were being called Romeo, that were going to be the Joker movie, but I was like, I didn't even know there was going to be a new Joker movie, so I was like, great, okay. Applied to it and then got contacted to work on it, and there we go, that's how I got that job. We filmed in Brooklyn at Steiner Studios for the TV set because I'm part of the Murray Franklin audience. When you see the movie, you'll know more about what that is. So my first day on set, it was very early in the morning. I had a costume fitting a couple weeks before and then went in to be on set and get into hair and makeup, get into my costumes. So when I'm sitting in the waiting room, I get some crafty, I have some breakfast, and then they're kind of counting numbers of people because there's 300 people on this set of extras, and then they're counting numbers and seeing who's there, and then a couple of the PAs, who are the production assistants, they come around and start asking people what their numbers are and then giving them a post-it note. So I was like, I'm not really sure what this means, but okay. And then a PA comes over to me and asks me what is my number. I think my number was 169. I go, oh, I'm 169. And then he goes, great, I'm gonna hand you this, hold on to this post-it note, and then we're gonna call this in a little while and then come with me later. And on the post-it note, which I think I still have, it says JP. I'm gonna go find it. So yeah, I still have this post-it note because I held on to it because I knew it would probably be a really cool thing to have. My little post-it note from set that says JP. A little bit more time goes by, I'm just still kind of sitting and waiting, playing on my phone, and then these PAs go, okay, we're calling the JP group, can you guys all come with us? And then they bring us over to a certain area of the holding room and they go, okay, so by this point, you might have figured out that JP means Joaquin Phoenix. I hadn't figured this out because I wasn't even thinking about that. And then they go, so this means that the JP group is going to be sitting around Joaquin Phoenix in the audience of the Murray Franklin show. Which I was like, okay, that's a really cool thing to have on my first background acting job. I get to sit around the main actor in the movie. That's fine. So we go over to set and we're sitting on this TV set as we're TV show audience members, and then there's a guy sitting in the audience and I'm like, who is that guy? I don't know who he is. And I realize, oh, it's Joaquin Phoenix's stand-in. So they're bringing us all in, they put us in our little area that's right around the JP group where Joaquin Phoenix is sitting, and I'm put about 2 rows behind him, and then behind the stand-in, and then everybody else kind of filters in. And then there's a bunch of PAs. There's a ton of people on this set who are just organizing where everything's going. They bring in the rest of the extras who are going to sit in the rest of the area of the audience, and then they're looking at the specific group of maybe 15 to 20 of us who are all specifically around the Joaquin Phoenix stand-in, and then they start adjusting us and moving us around, and I get moved from my area, 2 rows behind him, to right next to him, to right in front of him. It's because they were trying to make sure it all looked correct with like ages of people. Because I was one of the youngest people there, being 23 at the time, looking one of the youngest, and they had an older guy sitting next to me and then a young guy sitting next to me, so it was like me and the young guy were like there together, and then it was like another guy and then like parents and like a mother and a daughter, because they're trying to like create relationships and make it look very realistic on the set. So they moved us around a bunch to make sure it all looked correct, and then we had ourselves set in those seats, and I was sitting right there, and then the Joaquin Phoenix stand-in is like right behind me right there. And then I'm looking at the set, which is really, really cool because it's like a TV set, and there's a guy standing in front of the cameras like how it's like a TV show like Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers, things like that, and I was like, who is that guy standing there? And I'm like, oh, it's another stand-in for an actor. Not realizing who else was in this movie, because I looked up a little bit about it, but there wasn't a ton of details about the movie yet, except that it was the new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. And then somebody is like talking behind me about who's gonna be on set. They go, yeah, that's Robert De Niro stand-in. And I was like, wait a minute, Robert De Niro is gonna be on this set as well. How is this my life, that this first background acting gig that I get is Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro, and it's the Joker movie? So already my brain was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be getting to sit and watch Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro act together, and then maybe see myself in the movie? That's insane! So we're there on set. The director, Todd Phillips, is running around the set talking to everybody, talking to the band that's there, talking to the other people, to the PAs, the producers, everybody like that, and then talking to us as the extras as well, kind of giving us an idea of what's going on, because I don't really know how it works on every single set, but the few that I've been on, the directors have talked to us a lot, being like, okay, this is what you guys are doing in the scene, you're acting this, 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 and this way, and it was really cool to get that perspective directly from the director, because it's their vision of what they want the movie or the TV show to be. So with Todd Phillips, he was like, this is what you guys are doing, you're on a TV show, audience, you're watching the show, and giving us all the information we need to know about what they were showing us. And now we're gonna get to like the real part of it, when they go, okay, we're gonna bring in the actors, and then out walks Robert De Niro to his spot, and then the stand-in walks away from behind me, and then Joaquin Phoenix walks onto set, and I was like, oh my god, this is just a little too surreal. Also because Joaquin Phoenix doesn't look like how I thought Joaquin Phoenix looked like, because he's so thin in this movie, as you've probably seen from trailers, and if you've seen the movie you know this. He lost a ton of weight to play the role, and like looks crazy skinny, so I like didn't even recognize him at first, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's Joaquin Phoenix. That's really cool. And then the filming starts, and I hadn't experienced anything like this before, so I was just trying to like not look like I was so new and wide-eyed to all of this, but like do my thing as a TV show audience member, and like clap and laugh when I was supposed to, and like look at Joaquin Phoenix when I was supposed to. But there's like a point when they have a spotlight on him, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like in the same spotlight as Joaquin Phoenix, and I get to look at him, and he's like looking at all of us, and I was like, this is just insane getting to watch this. And I was there for 2 days. I was only contracted for the first day, and then they asked me to come back again for the second day, which is a lot more of like the ambient sound kind of thing, and just having like a big audience there, so I wasn't really on camera for the second day. But for the first day, I got to be like on camera and sitting in front of Joaquin Phoenix on set. How many times have I said Joaquin Phoenix in this video? Crazy. So the second day we got to watch the second Murray Franklin scene be filmed, and I'm not going to spoil anything because there's a lot of big things that happen in that scene in the movie, but we also didn't get to see all of it either. We only got to see part of it. And then when I saw the movie, I didn't know what happened, because I was like, oh, I saw what I saw when I was on set, but then didn't know what else happened in the movie, so I was still surprised when I saw it. But I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this part of be filmed with these people here with Robert De Niro and Joaquin Phoenix, and it was very, very awesome. I can show you here, I still have my little passes from when I was on set. I think this is from one of my fitting days, and then I have my little post-it note that says JP. I'm gonna hold on to this for a very long time. And then yeah, my other, what's it called? I either set here, this thing here, my fitting thing. So there's just a lot of cool like things I've got here, little memorabilia from my few days on set with Romeo / now the Joker movie. So that's all I have to say about my experience working on the Joker movie. If you go to see the Joker movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. I'd love to talk about it more with you guys. Also, if you see me in it, let me know about that as well, because I spotted myself right away, and if you watch this video and you see me in it, let me know about that in the comments down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, DFTBA, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!